Good morning. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Tulsa, the friendliest and busiest service club in town. My name is Rhonda Daniel. I'm the club president. We're starting just a little bit early because we have a lot to do today. We're going to have the invocation today led by John DeBar, if you all will come on up the stage. Song and Pledge by Diane Peacock with a piano by Tom Wolfe. And Kathy Gurrell will be doing our visitor introduction. John?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've borrowed today's invocation from Strength for Service to God and Country, daily devotional messages for those in the service to others. 3 ways of meeting trouble. There are always 3 ways of meeting trouble. The first way is to try and run from it. The second way is to get mad, see red, and fight back blindly. Just wild blows and plenty of profanity to ease your feelings. But that doesn't get you anywhere either, and you may hit the wrong fellow. There's a third and better way. We can face our problems and recognize our lives to meet them. Here is where our faith can help. The teaching and example of our deity, the higher power, shows how to magnify and organize life in the highest level. Our higher power, when it comes to face with trouble, helps us to take ourselves in hand and face it in some constructive way. Give me spiritual power, self-control, and deeper insight that out of every difficulty I may emerge a better person. Amen.
Please join me, fellow Rotarians, in singing America the Beautiful. Beautiful for spacious. Let us pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome all of you to the Rotary Club of Tulsa today. And will you hold your applause until I have introduced all the guests? Will the guests please stand with their host? Josh Lee from Agua Vita, who is hosted by Stephanie Cameron. Patrick Brown, hosted by Richard Holmes. Susan Swam. From A New Leaf, we have Jordan Didier, Mary Ogle, and Katie Liu. Don McKinney is a Sigma Chi with John DeBar. John has also brought Mickey Wilson, who's also a Sigma Chi. Bob Willow is from Mazzio's and a guest of Mark Ketchikan. Sally Strong is from the John Emmel family. Eric Neuendorf from Tulsa Shock is a guest of Marlene Livaday. Daniel Reagan from KPM is a guest of Karen Keith. Dealey Lewis from New Video, Oklahoma is a guest of David Wagner. Marcia Folsom with Folsom & Associates is a guest of Stu McDaniel. Mark McElrath from Junior Achievement is a guest of Shannon Beeler. Now from Mazzio's, we have several guests. If they would stand, Eric Selby Lori Selby, Nala Leeper, Jennifer Hayen-Oreth. I'm afraid I'm going to be fined on that one. Thank you. David Chambers, Lori Carver, and Erica McMains. So let's give all these folks a round of applause. From Southside, we have Larry Boyer, also Jessica Cox, and Harlan Pinkerton from Sand Springs. Thank you all for coming, and please come again.
Thank you, volunteers. I want to recognize this week's Rotary sponsors and thank them for supporting our club's activities. David Downing, that was good planning, David, on the stage. Acrobat Inc., David Wolfers with James Potts and Wolfers Inc. We encourage you to do business with your fellow Rotarians. In addition to today's sponsors, I want to take a moment and thank the volunteers who came early to make this meeting run smoothly. Let's give them a round of applause. We have one committee meeting above and beyond awards is in room 232. For a few announcements, you have some get well cards on your tables for extending words of encouragement to Don Rubottom. Don's family tells us he is recovering at Hillcrest following surgery this past Monday. Hats off to our social service crew. Last Friday's bowling event was great fun. Thank you, John Raines, for organizing it. Everyone had a fantastic time. We didn't keep the scores of the bowling games, correct? All right. Everybody stand that went to that event. Just stand up quick. Good. Did you have fun? Yeah. All right. Thank you, John. Camp Enterprise 2015 has a new home at New Life Ranch. Anyone interested in volunteering as a camp counselor should see Stu McDaniel in the lobby after the meeting. Stu, wave your hand there. All right. Very good. And now we have something a little bit different. We have a Sigma Chi White Rose tribute to Mickey Immel, led by John DeBar. Followed by John will be a memorial resolution for Mickey Immel by Muzon Biggs.
The standard with which the fraternity started was declared by Isaac M. Jordan to be that of admitting no man to membership in Sigma Chi who was not believed to be a man of good character, a student of fair ability, with ambitious purposes, a congenial disposition, possessed of good morals, having a high sense of honor, and a deep sense of personal responsibility. The Sigma Chi present here today are here for what we call our White Rose ceremony. It is one of our few public rituals. We'd like to conduct that quickly now. Brothers in Sigma Chi, we are gathered here to pay our tribute of love and respect for the memory of our beloved brother, Mickey Immel. All honor to his name. We meet because of his passing from our circle to the chapter eternal, and yet in our hearts is the confidence that his living spirit hovers near. To his dear ones and friends present, we would bring our expression of sympathy, and to his memory we would offer our homage for the qualities of heart and mind. As a friend, as a brother among us, and as a man of affairs, we have known him as loyal and devoted to the high ideals of the white cross which we wear. His friendship was enduring, his generosities were larger, and his life was an inspiration. He loved his fraternity, but he knew that its helpfulness and sympathies were meant to be broader than the bounds of the organization. His loyalty was grounded in the faith that fraternalism stands firmly for better citizenship, for a more noble civilization and for the higher ideals of life in the service to man and reverence to God. Brothers, would you please approach and present your white roses in name of our brother, Mickey Emmel. In this sacred place and reverent moment, the thought is dominant that life and its true friendships are indestructible. Because of the spirit in man, death cannot have the victory. That which we call death is but the gateway to the life immortal, for the life of spirit does not die. Thank you.
John Michael Mickey Emmel was born in Cushing, Oklahoma, August 4, 1932, and died in Tulsa on Christmas Day, 2014. His life was punctuated with significant events that began early in his teen years. He loved basketball and football. At 18, he was graduated from Cushing High School and recruited to play tight end for the University of Oklahoma. He had 3 outstanding years before a serious broken elbow in the Bedlam game against Oklahoma State University his junior year ended his playing days. He was a member of the Naval ROTC and pledged Sigma Chi fraternity, a commitment and fellowship that lasted for the rest of his life. At 22, he was graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree, majoring in geology. He married the love of his life, Patsy Carney, the sweetheart of Sigma Chi, and entered the United States Navy. In time, 4 daughters would be born to them: Blythe, Katie, Dixie, and Sally. In time, there would be 7 grandchildren. At 24, Mickey and Patsy returned to Norman for him to enter the University of Oklahoma Law School. At 27, he was graduated and took a job as an assistant county attorney in Tulsa. He was soon named a municipal judge. At 29, he was named by United States President John F. Kennedy a United States attorney, the youngest in the country at the time. At 30, he became a member of the Rotary Club of Tulsa, became the club's president just 5 years later, and would be a faithful member for 52 years. At 34, he joined the law firm that would become Moyers, Martin, Santee, and Emmel. At 49, he was named by Governor George Nye to the University of Oklahoma Board of Regents. He would serve 8 years, the last 2 as chair of that board. He said he was a lifelong Democrat, the token Democrat in the roundtable lunch group that met for years at the Tulsa Club and even more years at the Summit Club. Mickey and Patsy and their daughters joined the Boston Avenue United Methodist Church when they came to Tulsa in 1959 and remained active members until Patsy's death. But even after her death, Mickey continued to worship every Sunday at the 8:30 service until his final illness made that impossible. He was predeceased by his wife Patsy, their oldest daughter Blythe, and his famed architect brother Blaine. The Rotary Club of Tulsa pauses this 4th day of February 2015 to celebrate the life of our past president and friend, John Michael Mickey Emmel. I move the adoption of this resolution by a standing vote and moment of silent reflection.
Thank you. I would like Corey Nickerson, David Wagner, and Joe Moore to please make your way to the stage to introduce our newest members from the podium. Go ahead and come on up.
It is an honor for David Wagner and I to co-sponsor Dr. Chris Pankratz into the club. Chris is a returning Rotarian who was a member of Will Rogers Rotary from July of 2006 until May of 2010. He served that club as Sergeant at Arms during the 2007 and 8 Rotary year and served as club secretary during the 2008-9 Rotary year. He became a Paul Harris Fellow in April 2007. Chris resides in South Tulsa with his beautiful wife, Jerry. They have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and 3 grandsons. Chris sang baritone with the Rotary Men of Note for several years and just recently rejoined the group. Chris holds 2 associate degrees, one in pre-medicine, one in nursing, has a bachelor's degree from Oral Roberts University with a major in biology and a minor in chemistry, and he holds his doctorate in chiropractic medicine from Parker University in Dallas, Texas. He has a medical background spanning more than 30 years with experience working as a paramedic, an orthopedic registered nurse, and a chiropractic physician, both in hospital settings and in private practice. Chris now brings his wealth of medical expertise into the business arena as a certified legal nurse consultant. Through his company, Pankratz and Associates Legal Nurse Consulting Services, with offices at 71st and Yale, Chris assists both plaintiff and defense attorneys, insurance companies, and corporations as a medical consultant, working on all types of medico-legal issues. Chris, it is an honor to have you as part of our team at the Rotary Club of Tulsa. Will you please welcome Dr. Chris Pankratz to the club as we present his 4-way test and his club pin. We'll just let you keep that. We'll make it quick. We won't do that. And this is, thank you.
I'm very pleased and honored to introduce a new member to Rotary, Chris Caporelli. Christopher Joel Caporelli was raised in Duncanville, Texas, and attended Duncanville High School. One of his activities there is that he was a star on the ice hockey team. He graduated in 2002 as a Best Southwest Scholar and attended junior college with the intent to study business law. He subsequently decided to enter the funeral business, however, and attended Dallas Institute of Funeral Service. After graduating and attaining his license, he worked as a funeral director and embalmer for several years in Houston, Fort Worth, and Falls Church, Virginia, and always did a great job. In 2010, Chris's wife tragically passed away, and he is raising 2 young daughters. In 2014, Chris felt the call to serve his country and enlisted in the U.S. Army, which I think is extremely admirable since he was somewhat older than most of the recruits. But during training, Chris fractured both knees in his right leg and ankle and foot and was medically discharged. Chris is now regional director for Oklahoma and Northwest Arkansas for American Benefit Life and Liberty Bankers Life, which provides Chris the opportunity to live his passion of serving funeral homes and the Tulsa community. He provides training to funeral directors and agents to help educate the community in the numerous benefits of pre-arrangements. I'm proud to introduce and please welcome to you my friend, Chris Caporelli.
Thank you. It's always exciting to have new members join our club. We need a few more of them. So be sure to bring your friends, and we have great programs every week. You need to increase our membership here. All right, we have a few project announcements, David. If you would come to the side mic, we have a Club Foundation grant presentation.
Thank you. Bill Vogel and myself were the lobbyists representing New Leaf, and now I'd like to introduce Mary Ogle, the CEO of New Leaf, and present to you a check for $5,000.
Thanks, we already cashed it. Thank you. I made sure it cleared the bank first. Now, I'm the CEO of A New Leaf, and we promote independence. We employ adults with disabilities, and we promote their independence by finding them work in our community and for providing them support systems so that they can live on their own. So as Katie was reminding me on the way here, anytime someone with a disability can work instead of someone without a disability, they should get the opportunity. So Katie said I didn't need to say anything, she would talk.
Hi, I'm Katie Lou, and I receive services from A New Leaf. On behalf of myself and my fellow friends at A New Leaf, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your support. Because of your generosity, we'll be able to purchase a new van for transportation at a New Leaf. We use our vans for a variety of things. They allow us to deliver Meals on Wheels to the needy in our community. They ensure that we can make our community job sites at like Doubletree Hotel, Guts Church. They allow us to do our plant maintenance around a local Tulsa businesses. Our vans transport us from our homes. We live independently to our extracurricular activities in the community like Special Olympics. Though your contribution, you have allowed us to pursue the same dreams and goals as everyone else. Because of you, we are independent, productive, active members of our community, so thank you.
Right now we have Tim Colwell and Dale Dreyer, and I believe it's the other way around, so we will see what slides come up first, and then you can swap.
Thank you, President Rhonda. Well, Linda Bradshaw, past President Linda Bradshaw, told you last week that the invitations for the Centennial Gala will be coming out shortly. We are just thrilled that we're just now in the final weeks. She told you about the lineup. It's going to be a great program, $75 per ticket, and reservations are needed. However, we want to entice you even further. One of the projects that Jerry Cornelius and I and a bunch of volunteers have been working on over the last 2 years is the production, the publishing of an amazing oversized coffee table book.
There you go.
Called Celebrate, 100 Years of Rotary in Tulsa. We are just about ready to go on press with this. We are so excited. The book contains many never-before published pictures from the Beryl Ford collection, as well as the Jerry and his dad, Myers Cornelius archives. And one of the fun things that we discovered in our research is that there was a song written about by one of our Rotarians at a district Rotary contest, and I think it was in 1917 or 19. It's going to actually be on the back cover of the dust jacket, and you know, we could say, well, you know, it's been almost 100 years since anybody's even heard this song. I don't read music, so I don't know what that says, but it's going to be performed that night at our Centennial, so you want to be sure to hear that. And we want to thank Joseph and others, Tom Wolf and others who have been helping with this arrangement. If you attend the Celebration Gala, you will receive a book for free. So already, and the value of the book is $95. The tickets are only $75, so you already know what the value of this is. So we're really excited. For those of you who can't go, they will be available for sale at some discounted price. Please come. We'd love to have you. And also, just a general pitch, we are about $3,000 short of our goal to pay the printer for this book. So if you can help us with all or part of that, please see me or John O'Connor. We'd love to include your name among the opening pages that will be there for eternity for those who are helping us with this publication. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, President Rhonda. As many of you know, recruiting to our club is how we grow and replace the members who leave us. And some of you know that we've been on a bit of a sabbatical the last few years and not getting that done quite as good as we need to. So our president and board have decided that now as we go into the next century, it would be a great time to become a growing club again and recruit folks to our membership. I checked with my friends at Kiwanis and asked them if they'd help me, and I was turned down. So I think it's up to us in this room to be the folks who bring new people in. On your tables today, and I'd like you to pass these around, is our newly edited version of our application. It's simplified a little bit from the previous one we had. There are a few instructions on the back of it. If any of you have questions or concerns about how to propose a member, please see me, send me an email, or call the office. We'll be happy to help you. In the meantime, before you have dinner tonight, sit down and write a list of those half a dozen or so folks in your sphere of influence that only you probably know and can invite to become Rotarian. If they have a heart for service, Tulsa needs them, we need them. Please invite them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale. Sometimes I think selfishly we have kept the best secret in town to ourselves. So we need to share how great Rotarians are and how great the club is and how we do like to serve others above ourselves, because this is a fantastic club. And I tell you, being in the weeds as president, I'm just marveled at how much time and effort everyone puts into the club. And it's a great club. I mean, everybody clap again. I mean, it's awesome. Speaking of awesome, it's time to introduce the Rotarian of the Day, David Downing. David is the owner of Acrobat Ant. He joined our club in June 2008. He's a Club Foundation Fellow, as also he's in the Sergeant at Arms Club, right there. Please welcome this week's Rotarian of the Day, David Downing.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. You know, it's been nearly 54 years now since restaurant entrepreneur Ken Selby started his career here in Tulsa with Ken's Pizza Parlors, Mazzio's Italian Eateries, Oliveto Italian Bistros. They've endured and have indeed succeeded over the years. And now, as only the fourth ever chief executive officer in those many years, Sheri Miksa is positioning Mazzio's Corporation for the next 50 years of their corporate growth. Sheri hails from Seattle, Washington, and she, like me, are wondering what the heck Pete Carroll was thinking. If anybody watched the game on Sunday. She's earned her undergraduate degree from the University of Alaska and her MBA from Stanford Graduate School of Business. After her MBA, she cut her eye teeth in consumer products marketing with a couple of small little firms, Frito-Lay and General Foods. Earlier, her management positions included the management gig at a hotel chain of 1,900 rooms in Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, during the construction of the Alaska Pipeline. She has nearly 30 years of leadership experience in restaurant, food service, and hospitality. She's led a number of what she calls heritage brands, businesses that are called heritage brands. In addition, she's leveraged her extensive experience to serve as a board of director for a number of public and private organizations, nonprofits, and most recently has been named a director of the Tulsa Regional Chamber Board of Directors. Her executive management roles read like a who's who in corporations: Seattle Coffee Company, Taco Bell Corporation, LSG Sky Chefs. She's been the chief executive officer of 3 fast casual restaurant chains, including Bonehead's Grilled Fish, Piri Piri Chicken, both out of Atlanta, Georgia, as well the 150-unit Rubio's restaurant chain. That's a publicly held company, and a 140-unit chain called Robix Juice. She assumed the role of president and chief executive at Mazzio's in January of last year. She and her husband, John, one of our Rotarians, moved to Tulsa as a result. She celebrated recently her first year at the helm at Mazzio's. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Executive at Mazzio's Corporation, Ms. Sheri Miksa.
Good afternoon. I hope you all had a wonderful lunch. I'd like to say thank you to President Rhonda for the invitation, to Rotarian David Downing, who invited me to speak today, and also to the members of my team that are here today: Eric, Lori, Jennifer, Nala, Erica, Lori, and Brad. They make it happen every day at our company, and I am proud to be their president and CEO. So let us see if we can find a slide. I'm going to talk today about leading a heritage brand. And many of you have the history and heritage. You know that Ken Selby, our founder, founded the Pizza Parlor in 1961 here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So before I go any farther, let me ask by a show of hands, how many people in this room have either worked at Mazzio's, know somebody who worked at Mazzio's, or knew Ken Selby? Hand raise. Woohoo! Outstanding. So you know that we have a strong history and heritage here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and throughout our system. And what I want to talk about today is the essence of the leadership approach that I have used coming into Mazzio's. As David said, just a year ago, I just celebrated my first anniversary. And I want to talk a little bit about heritage brands and leading them. So as you know, Ken Selby, our founder, was a full-time school teacher. And at night, once he got the dream to have the pizza parlor, he made dough, he made pizzas, he bussed tables, and he cleaned the restaurant. He did it all, and it was his dream. In fact, on the first day that he opened in November of 1961, he made a whopping $35.25 at his pizza parlor, and he was on his way. Over the years, he created Ken's Pizza Parlor when he opened his second restaurant and went on to continue to grow the business and grow the brands that became Mazzio's. His pizza parlor menu was simple. It was pizza, salad, and beverages. And that's how he got his start, and that's how we got our start. And that's why certainly our heritage is strong in pizza, and we talk about it and live it every day. We became Mazzio's Pizza when we added that name to our portfolio, and we were dine-in, delivery, carry-out, plus pasta, plus sandwiches, plus a salad bar, and games. That was in 1979, and we first became Mazzio's with the idea to be more than just a pizza parlor. And it was a great opportunity for us to become so much more and be a part of so many of your lives. 23 years later, we became Mazzio's Italian Eatery. That was the official fast casual entry into the play. Those of you not from the restaurant industry may not know that term. Fast casual is that segment between fast food and full service, where you get premium quality products, but served more quickly and without benefit of a server. So you order at the counter and have your food delivered at the table. That was in 2002 that Mazzio's Italian Eatery was born. And certainly there, much like what had been started with Mazzio's Pizza, our 24-plus item salad bar, which is a signature of the Mazzio's name and the Mazzio's concept. So here's Mazzio's today. We're 136 primarily fast casual restaurants. We do still have some full-service restaurants, and we do also have some delivery-only units. 62 of them are company-owned units, and another 74 are franchised units. We're supported on Mazzio's brand by 2 call centers, one here in Tulsa and one in Oklahoma City and more. And Mazzio's LLC employs nearly 1,700 people. We are a big employer with nearly 800 people in Tulsa and over 1,400 in Oklahoma in total. So we are a big presence. We've remained a big presence in Tulsa, and we're proud to be a big part of the Tulsa history and heritage and have a lot of people today that are part of the Tulsa landscape. We also have our Oliveto Italian Bistro. Oliveto was born in 2008, a comfortable contemporary atmosphere with a full bar, table service, and carry-out service. We have 3 of those. We have one here in Tulsa, one in Oklahoma City and more, and one in Tyler, Texas. So that is our family today at Mazzio's LLC, and we also have some licensees of the Ken's Pizza concept, 8 licensees today. So let me talk to you a little bit about leading a heritage brand into the future. As you heard in David's introduction, I've led a number of heritage brands, and those are the ones with the strong, solid history like we have here, from Ken's Pizza to Mazzio's. So let me talk about the keys to success that I have found to be true and am embodying here at Mazzio's. First of all, you need to retain the best of the history and heritage. We have a long and very strong heritage and a lot of stories. Everybody in this room probably has a Mazzio story or a Ken story that they can tell. And that is a big part of who we are. So having clarity about the founder's vision, many of you knew Ken Selby and you knew what he was about and what was important to him. And definitely it's important to carry that on when you're the new CEO coming into a heritage brand. Be mindful of the culture, and absolutely cherish the people. I'll talk a little bit more about people, but we have some very, very deep tenure in this company, and I am so blessed to have people that have been with us 10, 20, 30, 40 years, franchisees, company employees, restaurant support center employees, and restaurant management and hourly employees. Very, very long tenure. So cherishing the people is so critical because they hold the history and they know the heritage and the strength of what made this brand great in the beginning and continues to make it great. Learn the business the Mazzio's way. One of the things that you'll learn about me is I grew up in operations. A lot of CEOs grow up in marketing, finance, other parts of the business. I grew up in ops. So when I got here, I said it's very important for me to learn the Mazzio's way, and I went out and trained in our restaurants and spent my time there so that I could learn the Mazzio's way. I also listened to our franchisees, our restaurant support center teams, our general managers, because they had the history and the heritage and could tell us why we did what we did when we did it. So great opportunity for me to come in and really learn that. So, as you know, Ken Selby set the tone all those years back with the pizza parlor and then with Ken's Pizza, and it's really that heritage that we want to continue to embrace and bring forward into the Mazzios of the future. So learning the Mazzio's way, it was everything from making dough in our restaurants to learning our register system and taking care of our guests, and actually spending time in restaurants as well as our delivery-only locations. I delivered pizzas. And in fact, some of you may remember a story in the Tulsa World where one of our customers called the Tulsa World after I was out delivering pizzas and said, "I think the new CEO of Mazzio's just delivered my pizza." And our PR agency called and said, "Sheri, were you out delivering pizzas?" And I said, "Guilty as charged." I absolutely wanted to make sure I knew what the Mazzio's experience was to our guests. And so for a lot of people, our delivery drivers are the face of Mazzio's. And it was important that I knew what that experience was like. Defining the soul of the brand is absolutely crucial, especially as you're moving a brand forward into the future. So, as Ken Selby made so clear to us all those years ago, our heritage is our food. We are great pizza and more. We have our signature 24-plus item salad bar. We have signature Mazzio's only items like our calzone rings and our world-famous ranch dressing, things that you can't get anyplace else. And I know many of you have Mazzio's ranch dressing in your homes even as we speak, which is great. And if you don't, please go get some. We're real and we are fresh. We're all about making our dough and sauces daily fresh in every restaurant. We don't bring it in from a commissary. We don't bring them in frozen. We do it the old-fashioned way. And we believe passionately that that's the way to do it, and that's why our food is so great. And we use our family recipes and continue to carry them into the future. We're also a good value. From a guest standpoint, we have premium quality ingredients, all the things that you see up there that define value, and we really offer something for everybody. Not only our all-you-can-eat lunch buffet, which many of you know and have loved for many years, but a full menu from starters all the way to dessert and everything in between, pasta, pizza, sandwiches, wings, and really a great opportunity, including kids' meals, for everybody to find what they like. And finally, one of the things that I hear is that everybody loves Mazzio's. Everybody has a Mazzio's story, and so many people have had Mazzio's as part of their life over the years, and that's really a large part about the soul of the brand, as I call it. We've got fun, family-friendly gathering place in the minds of our guests. That's how they think of us, and that's how we want to continue to have them think about us, as a place to create memories. I hear people tell me all the time when I go around in our restaurants and I introduce myself as the president and CEO, they say, "Oh, we've been bringing our kids here for birthday parties since they were little. We've celebrated after the sports team has won many, many years. We've had our family reunions here. I've had somebody tell me that they were proposed to at Mazzio's." So we have a lot of happy stories and a lot of great memories that are part of our restaurant and part of our history and part of our heritage. So we keep those very close to our heart. We came from humble beginnings. We're not flashy. We're real, as I said before. And we have a strong spirit of giving back to our communities. We are very focused on making sure that those less fortunate than we get the benefit. And so we do give back. This kind of tells the story of some new artwork that we're using in our restaurants that show our 50 years of heritage, our fresh-made daily dough, our family recipe sauces, and the fact that Mom votes for Mazzio's. So we do things like fundraisers in our restaurants. We always want to support the local community. We're a United Way Trailblazer company. We have a number of our restaurants that had 100% participation. We did cupcake parties to celebrate with them. I went out personally, as did our head of operations and our human resources team. And we really celebrated with our teams. We raised money for United Way using what we call our Mazzio Transit, which is our food truck that some of you may have seen out in the marketplace. And we had some restaurant teams that were at the 100% level and at the highest level of commitment for United Way. So again, a lot of people who speak with their hearts and their pocketbooks in supporting our communities. We did a day of caring for the Boys and Girls Club here locally at the Maybe Boys and Girls Club, and people went out and helped them get their club ready for all of the activities of the youth that come there. We supported the Dine Out for No Kid Hungry. Share Our Strength is an international organization, but locally and in the States, their mission is to end childhood hunger in America. And so we supported the No Kid Hungry initiative and in fact asked our guests to support it with us. And we feel very strongly about those kinds of opportunities to give back. We do career days at Mazzio's and bring kids in and let them learn how to make a pizza and how to run a business. We think that's very important. We're very focused, again, because we're family friendly, we're focused on children and things that we can do to improve the lives of the children in the communities where we serve. We've also worked with the Center for Hope, and we support the Global Gardens. There we had a pizza party before they were doing a fundraiser and brought in pizza for all the kids at Global Gardens. So a lot of things that we feel very passionately about in terms of the soul of our brand. Leveraging my education and my industry experience, when I got here, I brought best practices. I told you I think like an operator, so everything has to be about how can we serve it, after how did we make it, how can we make it a great experience for our guests. So great food, great experience is what we're all about. And as I like to talk about, craveable food that you can't get anyplace else. Instilling discipline and process. Part of what I was able to bring coming into the organization was some things that I had done in other brands to really help move Mazzio's into the future. So we did guest and consumer research. Our whole system participated in it, and we asked our guests to give us great feedback, which they did. Passionate feedback. People really wanted us to know how they felt about us and where our opportunities were and what they absolutely loved and hoped we would never change. We've got to always be focused on moving forward, and the best way to do that is to talk to our guests. We looked at our competition. We put a very strict R&D process and pipeline in place. We've got an R&D kitchen, so we're always creating the next best thing at Mazzio's. And so we've got a disciplined process, so we always have plenty of new things in the pipeline. And brand consistency is really important. The brand is the brand is the brand, as I like to say. I'm wearing Mazzio's brand red because that's what I wear. And it's really important that we think all the time about the packaging, the look and feel of our restaurants, our marketing, our positioning, and our messaging. So really getting that consistency so that everybody knows it's a Mazzio's when they walk in, and they know it's a Mazzio's product when it's delivered. Creating a change management and accountability culture. One of the things that I did was developed a transformation plan with key dates and benchmarks. You've got to have a plan so that everybody knows where you're heading, and that's, of course, very important. Our testing protocol is very disciplined. We're always testing something somewhere, so if you go to a local Mazzio's and you see something at one that isn't at all of them, that's because we always want to make sure that whatever we roll out has been tested and that we've got all the operational testing down as well as some guest feedback. Being decisive yet flexible and nimble. I don't have 20,000 Pizza Huts to have to move at one time. I have 137 Mazzio's, and it's a great way for us to be able to be flexible and nimble if we come up with a new idea. There's no red tape at our place, and so it's really a great opportunity for us to move forward very quickly all the time. And yet we don't want to be afraid to dream big. And so bringing in some experience from other companies and other brands has given us the opportunity to continue to look at where we can go in the future and to continue to dream big. Most importantly, I talked a little bit about this earlier, is leveraging our people strength. We have this amazing tenure and deep knowledge in our restaurant support center, in our restaurants, in our franchise organization. We have people that have been with us 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And we also have very low turnover. The restaurant industry is a tough business, and so a lot of concepts have management turnover and hourly turnover at very high levels. We have record low turnover in our ranks, and that is, I strongly believe, because of the culture that's been created here and the strength of our brand. We have very committed, very passionate people, and we're very lucky to have that. And we create careers. Many employees tell me they started with us when they were in high school. They started out when they were 16. And as I go around the room and ask people to tell me a little bit about themselves when I was first meeting them, that came up more and more times. Many of our area directors of operations came up through the ranks, starting out in the restaurants as employees. I like to celebrate, so we created a thing called Mazzio's Monday so that people can look forward to Mondays. And so once a month we bring everybody together and we do a Mazzio's Monday and talk about the business and where we're going and what's coming up next in the marketplace, celebrate anniversaries and birthdays. I like to say this thing that goes like this, woohoo! So I'll say that a lot in those meetings because we do like to celebrate. We're in the business of making fun and having fun and enjoying what we do. We work very, very hard, and so celebrating and recognizing is important, and I frequently communicate throughout the organization. So there's a picture of our great restaurant support center team. We had us all together at Christmas time, and it was wonderful, passionate, committed people that make it happen every day. These folks support our restaurants and the people that work in them. And here's a Mazzio's Monday. This looks like we're having fun. Our 45-year anniversary employee, Archie Dixon, just recently celebrated that 45-year anniversary on the same day that I celebrated my first anniversary. So we had a great day. We hooted and hollered a whole lot, and actually we played a game show that our team set up for us where we had to ring in when we could guess the trivia question answer, and just had a great time and lots of fun. And again, we believe in recognizing and celebrating. It's very important. And focusing on profitable growth. Obviously, the reason that I'm here is to continue to build the company. And so a lot of exciting things that have been going on at Mazzio's. Top-line sales increases are key. And I talk about grabbing share of stomach, right? It isn't just about competing with the pizza guys or the Italian restaurant guys. It's about all those restaurants out there and quick service locations and now even gas stations and grocery stores, right? So it's about share of stomach. And we talk about new product news, reasons to get people to turn the wheel of their car and come in, to drive trial with new guests, and also to get those existing guests in more often. So we're always looking for some new and exciting things, and we've done a lot this past year. And also looking for new businesses that we can own and grow. So, new product introductions. You may remember a little something called Stuffed Crust Pizza that rolled out this past spring and was a wonderful opportunity for us to do something Mazzio style. We not only stuffed the crust with cheese, we stuffed it with bacon or pepperoni or jalapenos. Knowing Mazzio, we would do it our way. And so that was our Stuffed Crust Pizza introduction that was very successful. We followed that up with 3 new lasagnas, including a create your own. It's very on trend. People are looking for ways to create their own and customize, so that's been a lot of fun for us. And then just recently, we introduced our Wing Run Wings. Many of you know Wing Run Cafe here in Tulsa. It's been here for 10 years, so we've co-branded with them and brought that forward. We've got a new catering program. You saw a menu on your tables, and we introduced you, I hope, to our new brownies. We've got a brownie slice for every one of you in there. Food is always great, isn't it? So we wanted to make sure you had a chance to enjoy that. We're very proud of our new catering program and pretty excited about it. We rolled it out just in time for Black Friday this year with some great new products. And then finally, we've got a Healthy Slice program where we can offer a USDA-approved pizza that can be served in the schools. And so that's been a new business for us as well. We're very excited about that, and it's continued to grow and gives the kids brain food that they can enjoy. Lastly, updating the brand is about solidifying our marketing look and our message style. We've been doing a lot of fun things. We've been testing some new options in the restaurants for re-imaging. We've continued to evolve the menu, and we're making it easy for guests to use us by bundling and doing a number of things like our new catering bundle here. There's those famous brownies I told you about with a new chicken Caesar salad, which is another of our new catering options. Lunch is sandwiches, in this case, with chips, but we make it easy for people to spend their money with those options. Our latest promotion is actually a combination of our Wing Run wings, our new 3-pounder pizza back as a returning favorite, and our Mega Feast, which is our 3-pound pizza, wings, and our new brownie. So we are very excited about all of that, and it's been a real opportunity for us to get the word out.
So, you're enjoying a big Mazzio's pizza and thinking, gee, if I just had wings. No, not those wings, these wings. Mazzio's introduces Wing Run Wings. Say that 3 times fast. Award-winning wings, boneless or traditional. 11 craveable flavors. And look, Mazzio's 3-pounder is back. Large and loaded with cheese and toppings, just $13.50 each. Ready? You've earned your wings with Wing Run Wings. Everybody loves Mazzio's.
So that's that consistency I'm talking about in the messaging, and we just brought back that 3-pounder and introduced our wings and the new Mega Feast. Our menu continues to evolve to meet our guests' needs, and we've got a new mobile app. People want to order mobile. We also have an online opportunity for them, and really it gives them just more ways to access Mazzio's in a convenient way for them. Finally, measuring and celebrating successful results. I told you we like to celebrate. So we, like a lot of companies, were challenged in the post-recession timeframe in terms of our sales. I'm happy to report that with all of the new things that we introduced in 2014, we have firmly bent the sales curve, and we posted the past 11 periods, our accounting periods, which are close to a month, they're 4 weeks. We posted 11 consecutive periods of positive comp sales, and as you know, in retail, comp sales is your year-over-year growth over the units that you had open the prior years, so it is the measure of success. So we ended 2014 with those 11 consecutive periods. We hit record positive comp sales in January, and last week was Super Bowl. We had double-digit positive comp sales, and so things at Mazzio's are great. I am very excited to continue to lead our brand into the future, and very proud of our team and all of their accomplishments, and I'm so glad everybody loves Mazzio's. Thank you. President Rhonda says I can entertain a couple of questions. If there are some, I know some of you have to leave because we're right at 1 o'clock. Yes, please. I'm going to actually ask if one of the family members would like to respond. The question was, where did Ken come up with the name Mazzio's? Please, you want up to the mic, Eric, please? Thanks.
Mazzio's, well, they came up with the concept. They needed a name. There was a movie that a lot of you might remember, From Here to Eternity, and there was a character in the movie. The boy's name was Mazzio, with 2 G's, and so that was the name. They had the art drawn up. Everything was moving forward, and then all of a sudden somebody came in the office and had had discovered that someone else had already trademarked the name Mazzio's, and in the same conversation they realized the relationship that the word Mazzio had with pizza, and the 2 Z's were adopted into the name, and and that's how Mazzio's was born. So.
Thank you, Eric. Any other questions? Yes, please. So the question was whether I got a tip when I delivered the pizza. While I might have, I made sure that my driver, who was the one that was brave enough to take the new CEO out on his delivery route, he got the tip. Well, I thank all of you for your time and attention today. I hope you've enjoyed hearing my remarks in regard to leading a heritage brand, and I'm delighted to have met all of you. I'll stay a little bit longer if any of you would like to ask any other questions. Thank you. President Rhonda, thank you.
All right, let's see if you can follow my lead here. 664. 4440. That's right. My kids grew up with Mazzio's. We played a lot of sports, so We have fed your pocketbook. And thank you for the brownies. I can't wait for 3 o'clock. That's what we like, chocolate at 3. Okay, a book recognizing today's program will be presented to our partner in education school, Celia Clinton Elementary. The book is called Wander. We have upcoming programs. Next week is Greg Weber, Managing Director of Tulsa Opera. In addition, we are looking forward to hearing a selection from Tulsa Opera's February 13th through 15th production of Romeo and Juliet. So be sure to come next week. And following that, February 18th is Above and Beyond Awards. Don't want to miss that either. As we conclude, I hope you enjoy this song, Island in the Sun, to brighten up your day today. Have a great rest of the week.